Hi everyone, it's Sally, aka Crafting Gal Sal, and I just wanted to get on here real quick in person just to say hi, and I'm sorry I've been gone for quite some time. I've been really busy since the schools closed back in March, creating digital lessons for my second graders, and that included a bunch of videos and just a whole bunch of different type of work that I'm not quite used to. So anyway, it was very time consuming, and I'm still doing summer lessons for kids that want it. But anyway, so that kind of took me out of my crafting room for quite some time. And then I hurt my left shoulder right at the very end of the school year. I don't know how I did it, but it was in excruciating pain for almost 2 full weeks, to the point where I couldn't really type very well. I had to type with just my right hand, and it was pretty bad. But anyway, it's much better. It's not 100%, but it is much better. And then right after that, my family went on a camping trip for a family reunion. We bought a camper. We've just been doing all kinds of things. A couple weeks ago, we went on a beach vacation. So, but I'm back now. We still have quite a bit of plans for the rest of the summer before school starts, but at least now I can be back in my craft room and do one of the other things that I really love, which is making cards and playing with paper, scissors, glue, stickers. It's all my favorite stuff. Anyway, so today's video is basically to show you how I went about creating a card based on one that I saw in the new Stampin' Up catalog. And let me tell you, I am not a Stampin' Up representative, and I don't get paid by Stampin' Up. I'm just really good friends with a lady named Mimi, who is graciously providing me with some Stampin' Up things so that I can play with them. So anyway, thank you, Mimi. I really appreciate those things that you're sending me. And anyway, my friend Margie saw these 2 cards that I made yesterday, and she requested a video. So here it is. Stay tuned, and I'll be right back with the how I went about making my design. Okay, I'm back, and the first thing I want to mention is this is the newest Stampin' Up catalog, and my friend Mimi sent this to me, and so I was very excited to start going through it, and I didn't make it very far yet. All I did was I started leafing through, and I kind of looked to see what was going on in here and getting kind of excited, and then when I turned the page I saw this card, and it just drew my attention immediately, and I thought to myself, hey, I've got some little cardstock cutouts that I think I'll try making something like this. So that's where my inspiration came to create these 2 cards. The cutouts that I have are by Tim Holtz. This set is called Botanical, and I normally don't buy Tim Holtz products, but this one I saw at Hobby Lobby, and even though it's marked $6.99, I'm sure I got it 50% off probably with the coupon, or 40% off with the coupon. Anyway, so that's exactly what I was thinking about when I decided to make my card. And so that was the first thing I noticed, and then I started looking at the paper that they used, and I can see that they've used a solid color card base, and it's probably one of their solid colored cardstocks. Well, instead of doing that, I just chose to find a solid color cardstock that I could cut and down to size on my A2 card. So then I noticed that these 2 were coordinating. So you need a solid color and then a coordinating print, but not a very intrusive print. It's very fine print. This is actually white words on this green background. So I could have gone with words, but I chose to just find another coordinating color that would go with this green background that I found that was non-intrusive. It's not too busy in my eye. So that was the next step. Find two coordinating pieces of paper that I could use for my card. Then I had to pick out what I wanted to use for my background pieces. And I just noticed that they kind of layered them and spread them out over the card. So I found some pieces. I found this big long one that kind of winds around like this on the card. So I positioned it there. I found this pretty daisy one, and I just kind of put it over there. So I've got two focal points up in the two corners of my card. And then I just picked out a random butterfly. When I first picked this out, I didn't really notice how well it did coordinate with the rest of the card, but I don't know if you can tell, but this orange, this deep orangish red color kind of goes along with the little tiny berries that are down here, and there's a few other of those deep orange. So that was just pure luck that I found that. Then I noticed that they had that they used a die cut to cut this sentiment out. So I did that. I found one of my die cuts and I cut out my sentiment. I did use an old Stampin' Up. Let me grab it. It's an old Stampin' Up stamp that I have in my stash. This one is from 1995 and it's thank you. So it's one of my favorites to use. So that is the only Stampin' Up product that I have on this card. They did not mount theirs on background paper, but I chose to. So that's I just used the same print paper for mine. And then they used a ribbon that I don't really see that color reflected in here at all, which is fine. I just chose to use an ivory colored ribbon on mine because I wanted to coordinate with the ivory card base and sentiment background that I used. So anyway, that's how I did it. That's how I decided to make my card. So here's the second one, and I just used some different colors. I used a gold, and I really couldn't find any kind of solid gold background paper to use. So I found this wood grain that was kind of a goldish color, and I thought that looked okay with it. So that's my background. This is the first layer. And then I found the other gold print to use as my printed background. There it is. So now I'm going to actually put one of these together. And I have everything cut and ready to go. So here's my sentiment. This time I used From the Heart. It's also from a very old Stampin' Up stamp that I got from eBay. This one is Stampin' Up 1995. So I used that. I ran it through my Big Shot to get the stitching effect on the outside of it, and then I mounted it on the same print background. Now I'm going to just go around the edges with my Caliart alcohol marker. Alright, sorry for the break in the video. My phone shut off on me and I had to clean up some issues on my phone. But I didn't realize that it happened until I had already completely assembled and explained my next card. So I had to scramble, I cut some more paper, I found some more cutouts to put on there, and I'm going to get back to describing how I did things. I went ahead and went around the edges of these two pieces as well with my Caliart marker, and then you just glue or use your tape runner like I am and put your patterned piece on your solid cardstock. The next thing is to position your die cuts or your cutouts, whatever it is that you're using. These, again, are from the Tim Holtz collection that I showed you earlier. And you just put your glue on there and position them how you like. I like to have this piece that's kind of circular, that's kind of framing my design. Then I'm going to put this blue flower up here, so I've got something up in this corner, something up in that corner. I'll do that. Position it about right there. And then last, my butterfly, and all I could find was this great big guy, so he's going on here now. It's funny because when I first bought that Tim Holtz collection, I saw these great big butterflies and I thought, when am I ever going to use something that huge on my cards? And here I am. So there you go. That's how that kind of stuff happens. Sometimes when you buy it, you don't know if you're ever going to use some of the pieces in there, but I did. All right, so now my sentiment needs a ribbon behind it, and this I cut at about 11 inches. I just eyeballed it. I didn't do any exact measuring. And to make my bow, I'm just going to cross it over in the middle there, cross it over here, position it how I want it behind my sentiment, kind of like that. Flip it over, grab some tape. This is my way. It's not the right way, and it's not the wrong way. It's just the way I do it. Put some tape on there, just like that. And now I'm going to use my dimensional foam tape. And this is just all based on what I saw in that catalog. And sometimes I look at Pinterest for ideas. Sometimes I get ideas just from watching other card artists on YouTube. And sometimes I come up with my very own designs. And I'd say I do my own designs probably 80% of the time, and the other is a mixture of looking at other people's and kind of coming up with my own variation of what they've done. And I'm just going to clip that off. And there it is. And now it is ready to glue down onto your card base. Just like that, Margie. That's how I decided how I was going to make that card. And it was based off a picture of a card I saw in the brand new Stampin' Up! Catalog. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up and please hit subscribe if you haven't already. I'm doing a 1,000 subscribers drawing as soon as I hit 1,000 subscribers. So if you would like your name in the drawing, make sure you are a subscriber, but you need to leave a comment on the video with your name so that I will enter you into the drawing. And you can be entered in multiple times. All right, well, until the next time, I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and happy crafting. Goodbye.